What's your hope for Russia? If you can tell us quickly what is happening and what you're hoping can be done, it would be incredible.
Sure. Thank you for having me. So Vladimir Putin has been building an authoritarian system based on economic and political corruption over the last 20 years, but it took a turn for the worse over the last year. It started with poisoning of Alexei Navalny, who over years emerged as the undisputed leader of Russian opposition. He was evacuated to Germany and he returned in January after recuperation to Russia, only to be unlawfully arrested, and he was given a trumped up court, and he was given a 3-year sentence in Russian prison. Another trend that's happening is the crackdown on independent media. Most independent media outlets have been labeled foreign agents, which limits their ability to operate in Russia, attract advertising. It is dangerous for journalists to work for them. Our organization, Anti-Corruption Foundation, which was the foundation of our political and civil activities in Russia, has been labeled as extremist, and most of our activists had to leave Russia or face prison terms. There are elections, parliamentary elections in Russia that are happening this weekend, and it was practically impossible for independent candidates to get registered on the ballots. There's also expected widespread vote rigging. There's also talk of internet suppression in Russia and creating something similar to the Chinese Great Firewall. At the same time, the system that Putin put together is becoming more and more fragile. The ratings of Putin personally and of his party are the lowest that they have been in a decade. The standards of living have been deteriorating over the last 10 years. There is another wave of immigration following this brutal crackdown on civil activity. So in this situation, what is the strategy of our organization? What is the strategy of other democratic groups in Russia? We realize that we are not strong enough to confront the regime heads on, because the political field in Russia has been bulldozed by Putin's regime for years, and our opponents have all the financial power, they have all the administrative resources, they have the law enforcement at their disposal. So our goal is to build strong organization and to prepare for inevitable turning point when the system will become fragile, when there will be a political crisis, so that at that time we will be the most organized political force that will demand and will get a place at the round table where the issue of how Russia will be governed at the next stage of its development will be determined.